Welcome back, everyone. So each spring, Make-A-Wish New Mexico hosts its annual Wine and Wishes Gala. That's to raise funds to grant life-changing wishes for children who are battling severe illness. Of course, due to COVID-19, they initially postponed the event until July 10th, but as you can see, that's not going to happen with new restrictions underway for large gatherings still in effect. The event will be going virtual this year. I spoke with Sara Lister. She's the president and CEO of Make-A-Wish New Mexico to find out what we can expect for this year's gala. Joining us this morning, we have Sara Lister, the president and CEO of Make-A-Wish New Mexico. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning, Crystal.
I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a very important topic that we're covering because we're talking about Make-A-Wish as a whole, but how you guys not only function, but also a gala that you guys have had to kind of change things up a little bit. So for folks at home who've not heard about Make-A-Wish, tell us a little bit about what you guys do and how you impact the lives of so many children here in New Mexico.
Sure. So Make-A-Wish New Mexico grants life-changing wishes for children who are battling critical illnesses anywhere across the state of New Mexico. So on average, we grant about 100 wishes per year. Obviously, COVID-19 has changed that this year, and due to travel restrictions, we've had to greatly reduce the number of wishes that we could grant. But we are granting wishes still, and we have lots of kids that are waiting for their wish to happen. And so we're continuing to fundraise and be involved with our wish kids. Right now, we're sending care packages to wish kids who've had their wishes postponed, so they know that we're thinking about them, that their wish is still going to happen. And then we have our gala coming up this week. So we're pretty excited about that.
Let's talk about your gala because this is one of your biggest fundraisers, if not the biggest, for Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
But you've had to change things up just a little bit because of COVID-19. So tell me about that.
Sure. So every year we have an event called Wine and Wishes, and we typically have it in May. We had postponed it from May of this year into middle of July, hoping that things would change and we'd be able to gather in groups. Obviously, that hasn't happened, so we've had to adapt again. And so we are actually moving our event from being an in-person event to a virtual online event. So this Friday on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, which is Make-A-Wish New Mexico, we are going to have a program from 6 to 7 p.m. where you get to meet a lot of our wish kids, hear their stories, and find out how you can be a part of Make-A-Wish and help grant a life-changing wish.
I love it. I love that idea. I know that you guys have really had to adapt right now because we can't really do things in person, especially with a large crowd, but you need to fundraise. So tell me about the fundraising part, because as impactful as the stories are, I want the community to know how they can help you out.
Sure. So people can actually get involved and start participating today. So our online auction is already open. So we have lots of amazing things up for auction. And we also have some items that are buy it now. We have some wonderful one-of-a-kind artwork made by Wish Kids that you can bid on as well. And so if you go to newmexico.wish.org and click on the Wine and Wishes logo, it'll take you to the event page. You can create an account and you can actually start bidding on auction items right now. The auction will stay open until 9 p.m. on Friday night, July 10th, and then we'll close it up and we'll let people know who won items.
Perfect. Is there any cost to participate?
There is no cost to participate. We will encourage people to make a donation. During the program, we have a part of the event typically in person that we call our Fund-A-Wish, and it's a paddle raise. So that will continue during the virtual program, and we'll ask people to make a donation at that point if they're able.
Now, Sara, I really want to give our viewers a perspective as to how important helping out Make-A-Wish is. So give us one of your stories that you can remember of a Make-A-Wish kid.
Sure. So, you know, one of the things that's so exciting is lots of our families stay in touch with us and talk to us about the impact of a wish and how it continues to impact their child's life years later. So we have a young child who had his wish granted 2 years ago. His name is Liam, and Liam wished to meet Buzz Lightyear and Woody. And so he went to Walt Disney World and he actually got to play with them and interact. And unfortunately, Liam's cancer has relapsed and he is in the middle of fighting his second battle, and his family stays involved with Make-A-Wish. They continually share pictures and stories with us. We talk to Liam about his wish and about how much fun he had. And I think for us as an organization and people who are involved with Make-A-Wish, that's really what touches your heart, because it's not only the child's life that you change, it's their entire families, it's everybody who's involved with a wish. And Liam's just one example. We have people come back all the time who had their wishes granted 20 years ago and talk about the fact that it gave them that hope that they needed, that hope to keep fighting, to know that there was life outside of their illness. And I think for us as an organization, COVID has really shined a spotlight on what it's like for people to be isolated due to illness. And that's something that our Wish kids deal with every day and their families deal with every day. So they're used to wearing masks during flu season because they need to protect their immune systems. They're used to not going to large crowd gatherings. And so unfortunately, the vast majority of the public is now having to understand that world that a lot of our Wish kids live in on a regular basis.
Okay, give us the information one more time, Sarah. When is the live event and how can people participate?
Sure. So the live event is this Friday, July 10th at 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. You can go to newmexico.wish.org to get signed up and to start bidding now. And then you can go to our Facebook page, which is Make-A-Wish New Mexico, or our YouTube channel, which is also Make-A-Wish New Mexico, and start watching at 6 p.m. on Friday night.
And it takes so little to spark a little bit of light into the child's life. I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you'd like more information on the Make-A-Wish New Mexico's virtual wine and wishes gala and how you can get involved, go to our website. That's always on KRQE.com.